Do you worry a lot what other people think? Do you chase other people to give you validation? And maybe it doesn't even look like I am not chasing anybody. What are you talking about? But like, let's say somebody does not respond fast enough, didn't send you a message, or they didn't pick up the phone, and then you start worrying, like, what happened to them? They don't like me anymore. Wait, are we breaking up? If it's a friend, like, what did I do? Wait a minute, let me think. What was I saying yesterday? Did I ignore them too? I know. All of that mental clutter in your head. Obviously, those are the patterns that you learn how to live, but what to do about that? How can you be at ease and stressed out less? Well, this video is for you if you can relate. But before we go there, and I'll tell you 3 tips that really help me a lot and my clients to move away from seeking validation from other people. And the third one is a really good one that changed everything in my life and changing in other people's lives, those who really listen into it. So I hope you stick around. But first, I want to talk about why do you even need other people validation? Number one, we belong to people. We are herd animals, what they always say. So that's mean you very involved in other people's lives. Other people very involved in your life. Well, unless you're just living by yourself in the woods, I guess. But still, you will need some goods to be arriving, right? You still want to get around, and you need a car. So that means that the people were involved in that making that car and those roads that you're gonna drive on. So yes, we do need other people, especially when we humans being born helpless babies. And as you know, we need to be fed and we need to be taken care of and we need to be cuddled and all of those good things that, being baby involves. Or not. Good, nice things. And that's what happens when you're being not validated enough, when you're not being cuddled enough, and all of those things that really triggers you, the fear of abandonment. Your brain associates this as with, I'm going to die. That's pretty much how it is. So we grow up of people pleasing. We want to make sure that the parents, the authorities, that those around us will like us enough to be kind enough to feed us so we survive. I know, it sounds ridiculous, but that's how it is. So we are herd animals that want to be in alignment with other people. And naturally, when someone does not respond to you fast enough, when they ignoring you, you feel like they're excluding you from the group. And just remember when you were in school, and you hear some kids gathering together and they talking and they like looking at you and laughing, you feel immediately excluded, right? And maybe they were laughing, I don't know, something that is way behind you, but you may assume that they talking about you. And you immediately feel fear of exclusion, and hence that was panic. Why? Because you felt that you were going to die. That's just always going down there. So then you bring all of this into your adult life. And you're like, well, I'm not laughing anymore, and I'm not crying anymore when somebody likes or don't like me. Yes, that's great. But I share a story when I struggle a lot with that. And I remember when I had the job in a corporate environment and I've been asked to go and discuss this issue with my supervisor. And the whole time I was thinking I will get fired. And I was worried, what am I going to do? And what did they do that they want to let go of me? Turned out they were giving me a raise. Where is this really coming from? From my childhood of expecting always the worst. Because I believe if they don't like me, they will exclude me. Hence, I will lose the job. Hence, I will not be paying mortgage. Hence, I will never get married. Hence, nobody will like me. Hence, I'm going to die. So it's always, even if you think that it's very childish, but it really reflects in our adult environment a lot. So I invite you to be courageous enough really to reflect on some things in your life and say, yeah, I could totally see this is where my fear of abandonment came through. This is where I wanted to please other people. And look, a lot of times we've been groomed in this society to be nice to other people, especially women. How dare you to say what you want to say? Shut up and sit down. Especially if you grew up with parents who told you that you should not have your opinion, that you should not be validated for how you feel. That's definitely triggering fear of abandonment. So you're always trying to be the best you can and be always perfect and uh, please people around. That you always have this victim mentality, and again, always scratch it off. And maybe you do not have victim mentality, but you're being nice around. And why? Because this is all comes to that we're seeking validation from other people, because we're people and we need other people. But sometimes it gets to the point that you can stress about somebody not responding on time, and and all those things that I already talked about. Okay, so number one thing that helped me a lot and my clients is realizing that those other people not really authorities. And what does that I mean? When, let's say, your boss is asking you to come to the office, and now you start stressing that, oh my gosh, this is going to be a very big issue. Ask yourself how big of the authority that person is. Do you think you will not be able to find another job? Probably you'll be okay. Probably this is not your first job. And if it is your first job, there are plenty of ways that you can see other people finding multiple jobs, so you may be able to do the same thing. Now, the authority also that can carry on from our childhood is our family, parents, siblings, and extended family. And even there's some friends that you become so enmeshed with them, they kind of become your family as well. So you want to please them. So when you don't hear from them a day or two, you immediately assume that something happened to them. Or you think, oh, what did I say? Then you start searching within yourself what went wrong. And you're afraid that they will be abandoning you. So many times the authorities that we think that they are authorities is not they really authorities, because we can be doing great without them. There are plenty of people in our lives that we think that they bringing us a lot of value, but they actually not. And we may have a difficulty of telling them, you know what, you're mistreating me, or leaving them altogether, because we have this loyalty of, no matter what, we need to keep our tribe together. Again, survivalism. I invite you to ponder on that. How many times do you keep up with the same people that really don't even mean anything to you? Like some childhood neighborhood friend that you're still in touch, and they asking you to go to the parties that you hate, but you still go there because you know them for 20 years. Again, loyalty. But is this the authority that you need to keep in your life? Probably not. When you are scared of losing someone, ask yourself why. Was it really triggering you? And then take that person from the pedestal, because that's the second thing that you need to think about is you have no idea who they are. Many times we don't even know who we are. Yeah, you're like, I know who I am. The thing is that when we grow up in the society, they're telling us what we need to do. And again, we're doing a lot of that people pleasing. A lot of times we don't even know who are we. When you think right now, I'm inviting you to think about something that you love doing it. Like, oh yeah, I love French fries. Okay, then you ask yourself, why? You like it because they grease enough, they salt enough, why? Or because for you, French fries represent family getting together, because this is when your daddy, when you were growing up, will take you on the weekends when he was in town to eat. So for you, it represents safety. Do you see what I'm talking about here? So that involves two things. That when I'm talking about that you don't even know those people is, number one, you cannot even be truthful to yourself if you continuously replaying the same patterns that you learned in your childhood, because everyone change. We all change. Every single day you change, right? You age. You think your mental state doesn't change? It does. Just remind yourself, how many things have you loved so much 10 years ago, and now you're like, oof, I don't like this. In the society, there is changing of music, of fashion, of all things. The things change. So when you think about yourself, also when you think about the other person, don't think that you know them. You don't. You could be living with the same person for 30, 50, 60 years, and you may not know them because they constantly change. Also, they also have their own insecurities. They also people. They also have childhood traumas. They also doing the things out from their own point of view. I like this. Dr. Amen said, when you're 20, you worry about what the other people think of you. When you're 40, you don't give what other people think of you. When you're 60, you realize people were not thinking about you. I like that one because it really shows how much we change, but also shows how much of this fear of abandonment really wound starts healing. And we're like, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, everybody's just thinking about themselves. And you worrying about other people liking you and asking for the approval and validation, it's also you thinking about you. Do you realize that? This is about your own survival. Because if you will be like, yeah, I know who I am, I know I'll handle myself, I know I will find another job, I'll find another relationship, I'll be fine. And there's so many great things about me. I have confidence and all of those things. And also, you add that you understand how other people are, that they also going through their own things, and we all in this game just together, and there are no authorities over you. You're the only one authority over yourself. Life becomes very, very simple. But because we just learned all those patterns, we continue. The good news is that you can break it. You can decide right now, today, and say, you know what? I'm going to change those patterns because they don't serve me. So think about what those patterns that you do that may be time to let go. And let's move to the third part. And this one was a game changer for me. And I want to help to understand. I want to share this with you. So maybe it will help you to understand this and move you away from a perspective that you need to chase other people for validation, that you need other people to tell you that you're good, that they need to feed you, You're not a baby, but that's not the point. That's the first, not the main point, okay? Let's hear me out. We learn from being a baby, but we continue into our adult life, right? And we keep on seeking that validation. We keep on wanting other people to give us the green light, tell them, yes, you're doing a good job. I'm like, yes, I love you. I appreciate you. All of those things, right? Yes, I'm choosing you. You're amazing. Just to tell us that we're good, we're safe. But did you realize that all of this life, especially if you're a people pleaser, and you're seeking validation and you're going after people that don't want you and you're constantly trying to get this from other people and you're struggling and you're angry at yourself. Don't be angry at yourself, by the way. Don't be. You just need to change the patterns. To this point, right now, you survived. Okay? So if you think you didn't get enough of that validation through all of those years, and now, how old are you? Yeah. So this is how long you've been doing great. Okay. Not great, alive. So if you're seeking other people's validation to stay alive and they gave you not much what you needed, but you're still alive, does that prove that you really don't need that validation? You can do great by yourself, or I'm saying without that particular person validation. Do you see it? Did that change anything for you? Because when I realized that was like something big. And every time when we go over this with my clients, they say that worked for them a lot. So leave me a comment below and tell me, does that make sense? Do you agree? Do you disagree? And if you had any breakthrough recently that has to do with validation, I would love to hear it in the comments.